Hello, beautiful people. Reverend Beth Simmons here. And I am here for your midweek moment. And I am coming to you from a beautiful walk this morning, out taking advantage of this very odd warm weather. And you'll probably hear noises because my children are with me and they're on their bikes. So you may see them in the background or hear some woohoo's as they ride around. Because this day is just unbelievably glorious. It is oddly warm. It does not feel like October. I'm out in shorts and a t-shirt. But the foliage just sort of exploded this weekend, and we are heading right into peak gorgeous color here in southwestern New Hampshire, and which is just about right. It's usually about the second weekend in October, so it'll be perfect for this weekend. So just a couple quick notes, a couple of announcements before I get to my actual message. First is that just a reminder, if you are nearby Hancock, New Hampshire, we have our yard sale, pie sale, clothing sale happening on Saturday from 8 to noon. The bag sale, which is like a bag for $5, I think, starts at 11, and at noon, everything's free. So come one, come all. We will have fresh homemade pies for sale, and servings of warm, fresh apple crisp. Maybe there might be warm cider. The weather is not supposed to be super cooperative. It's supposed to be kind of rainy and cool. Also October. But we will have warm company and hot deals. Everything is by donation. Follow us on Instagram or Facebook to see some preview of maybe some particularly interesting or fun items that you can find on Saturday morning. Also happening this weekend is the Monadnock Open Studios tour. So I think the website's monadnockart.com. Don't quote me on that. But something like if you Google Monadnock Open Studios. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, lots and lots of artists in our area are going to have their studios open for tours, for selling some of their pieces. And it's going to be a great way to spend this what is a long weekend for many people. All right, so having said that, that's my announcement piece. I spent Thursday and Friday of last week in Maine at a lovely little inn in Hallowell, Maine, which focuses on sustainability and green, having all their stuff. They've got solar and wind power generating their energy. And it was for the BTS Center's convocation. So the BTS Center is an organization which emerged out of the closing of the Bangor Theological Seminary, hence BTS. And they are focused on church vitality and resilience in the face of climate change. So that is their particular focus. And they had this wonderful gathering of clergy and lay folk across multiple denominations and backgrounds. Not even everybody was Christian. It was awesome. And I'm getting a little winded walking up a hill as I'm doing this. Our keynote speaker was Victoria Lors, who is the author of a book called Church of the Wild. And on Friday, in her second plenary session, she said something that just totally stopped me in my tracks. So she has been working as a clergy person in churches as well as in environmental activism for quite a few years. And one of the things she said was that when she became a mom, when she became a parent, had kids, she had to adjust and realize that there needed to be more focus on relationshiping than achieving. And that just totally struck me. Not just for my own life as a parent and a working parent, like working outside the home parent, because every parent's a working parent, but also in our churches, like in the world. How many of us focus on setting goals and doing a certain number of programs or getting a certain number of new people in the door and in the pews or whatever. And we don't really, and it's all very surface. We focus on moving forward and up, what we consider up, rather than slowing down and going deeper. This can be applied to so many things. But I think of things like, read the Bible in a year. Yeah, you can totally do that. I'm not sure you're going to get much out of it, other than maybe reading text you might not have ever been exposed to before, or just being able to say, hey, I read the entire Bible in a year. Whereas I think slowing down and taking small chunks and really getting into them, sorry, I didn't mean to really get into them, might be more spiritually nourishing. So what if, rather than focus on getting as many new people, come on, doggy, got the dog with me too, in the door, we focus on deepening our relationships with the people that are already there. Or with each person that comes in the door. Really, really have depth rather than breadth and speed. Relationshiping rather than achieving. And I think we can apply it to the church. We can apply it not just to our parenting, in that we may have to adjust our expectations for our work. So she gave the example of, before having kids, being able to say, oh yeah, I can totally get that thing done by Friday. And then realizing that after having kids, you know what, she probably can't, at least not without significant stress and to the detriment, not only herself, but to her relationship with her family. So I wonder, in our society, super focused on achievement and, kids having good grades and doing all the things and all the activities. What if we focused on making childhood about having really good relationships with each other, their peers, with their family, with their church or spiritual community, or some group of people that are not peers or family, but intergenerational relationships. What if our whole lives were focused more on relationshiping rather than achieving? I'm gonna leave you with that, because I think it's a really good question that we really need to hold and try to live out, and maybe let it influence our choices a little bit this week or this month. What if we focused more on relationshiping than achieving, and also on allowing the others in our lives, particularly our kids, particularly if, say, you have teenagers or young adults who are struggling with this idea of having to figure their lives out and be something and do amazing things and be one of the 30 under 30 or whatever, and instead not argue with them about, about all the things that you can totally argue with young people about, and focus first on connecting with them and making sure that our relationships are healthy and well. And if they're not, focus first on fixing them. because I think sometimes that will then automatically lead to other things going better for them anyway. All right, my friends, I'm going to go and enjoy this beautiful, gorgeous day. You can see the blue behind me. It's ridiculous. Anyway, have a wonderful rest of your week, and I will see you hopefully if you're nearby at the yard sale on Saturday. And then Sunday, we are doing a hymn sing. So if you just need a place to just chill out after my installation Sunday and this yard sale Saturday, we're going to all be exhausted. So we're going to have time to just relax and spend some time with each other and singing some of our favorite hymns, and maybe some new ones too. All right. Have a wonderful week, everyone, and be well.